Patricia. I'm Alexis Joy from Alexis Joy VIP Access. It's such an honor to be speaking with you today. Now, you continue to keep Gene Kelly's legacy and everlasting impact alive. And being such a dynamic duo, what is something that you've learned from each other that really sticks out to you the most?
A dynamic duo. I love that. I never thought of us as a dynamic duo. I kind of thought of, that's great. I love that. I'm going to think about that forever. That is just great. Thank you for that little gift to me. I'm just going to crack up. Now let me just try to think of, what did we learn from each other? Gosh, I learned everything from him. For me, I mean, it was just an education in everything because it was not my world. And so I remember the Scott Fitzgerald, the woman friend at the end of Scott Fitzgerald's wife was a woman named Sheila Graham, and she wrote a book called The College of One. And for me, it was really a college of one. I mean, we would sit on the sofa at night after dinner, listening to the stereo. We had Frank Sinatra on the stereo, Nat King Cole, Judy Garland, and Gene. It was basically an education for me in American popular song. It was not my world. I was a cello player. I was a classically trained musician, played in a symphony, but I did not know. I didn't, what's the deal with Frank Sinatra? And Gene began to explain to me why Frank Sinatra's voice was so extraordinary and why he preferred the Nat King Cole trio to a big band sound, why Judy Garland was the brightest and sexiest woman in Hollywood to him, why he used Lee Wiley. Now you have to go look up her name. Lee Wiley sang "I've Got a Crush on You," and Gene used her version of it to model his version of "I've Got a Crush on You" that he did in American Paris. It was cut out, but so the great Lee Wiley. So it was just this complete introduction to a world, and then we'd go upstairs and turn on videotapes, and it was an education in American movie making. And so we'd watch John Ford's Stagecoach, and I mean, he loved watching movies. He did not like watching his own, but John Ford's Stagecoach. And Gene would say, watch the camera stationary instead of the camera moving as Gene wanted it to move. The camera's stationary and the actors move in and out of the scene. And so, but, I didn't know. So it was, we just kind of went historically through all the films. It was like something you would never get in a film school. So it was so much. Now I'm trying to think, what would be the reciprocal? What did I give to him? I made him laugh sometimes, I think. I had funny words, I think, from growing up in Colorado that kind of made him laugh sometimes. But I learned, he taught me how to walk, how to go upstairs. It was Pygmalion, how to carry yourself, how to enter a room, how to leave a room. So maybe the return is coming now. Maybe I'm able to kind of return the gift to him now a bit. I hope. I'll have to think of it. I can think of so many things that he taught me. You know what? I'll give you one. I think it taught him to be in love again, to be in love and what would have. A couple of his favorite songs were Autumn Leaves and September Song. And now I think about the poignancy of his singing those songs to me and what that meant for him at that point in his life. And to have this goofy young girl who was just determined to listen to him and poke him. I challenged him. I mean, I would go, he'd say, that's the saddest moment of my life. And I'd say, no, you've said before that something else was the saddest. So and he'd never really had that. Because, if you've got 10 years, it's not like a half hour or a 10-minute interview. He could get away with more in 10 minutes than he could get away with in 10 years. So, but I'll think of that. Let me think. Let me think. And we'll stay in touch, and then I'll send you. I'll go, I know what I taught him. I know what I got.
So wonderful. Thank you so much. It's so
Thank
great to
you.
hear such a beautiful love story of yours.
Look forward to talking to you again. Thank you.